How we doing, guys, and welcome to another Colin's Performance Corner. And on the show today we have the fabulous Audi SQ8, and today I'm sort of kind of working out what the purpose of this car actually is. So is it actually worth buying? How much better is it than the normal Q8 diesel? And you know, does it fit sort of in the range at all, and is it worth buying? So hope you enjoy the video, and see you all soon. Right then, guys, welcome to another Colin's Performance Corner, and we've got the SQ8 today. So something a bit different, something, to be honest, we don't see a lot of in the dealership. So we managed to get this car from Audi. This was the launch edition of the new Facelift SQ8. And it's not something we would normally put in as a demo, but we unfortunately had to, so here we are. So I thought I'd take it out for a little drive, do a little review on the car, give you my thoughts, and yeah, so let's kind of run through it. So what is an SQ8? What's it got in it? So the SQ8 is based on the same platform as the RS6, of course, so it shares a lot of the same underpinnings. So you have the same 4-litre V8 twin turbo, albeit detuned slightly, 507 PS in this one as opposed to the 630 that you get in the RS6. It has the same 8-speed ZF gearbox, the same traditional quattro all-wheel drive system through the centre differential, and also has the adaptive air suspension and everything like that on it. So like I say, underpinnings are pretty much exactly the same as the RS6. So you know, it's got a recipe for being a good car, to be honest. So one thing I have noticed sort of right away is it is a wee bit more subdued than the RS6 in terms of sound. So, you know, even though it's got that lovely 8-cylinder engine in there, you know, it's not quite as sort of growly, you know, round the town as we currently are compared to the RS6. But, you know, it is an S model. You've got to respect that this isn't the full Booner RS model. So, you know, it's always going to be a bit quieter. But, I mean, so far, just pottering about, you know, feels much like the diesel one, to be honest. It doesn't feel like you're, you know, in a sports car, let's call it. But, you know, this car, when it gets up to speed, it is going to be, you know, well worth it. So, that little beep you heard there, this is something I want to touch on. Now, if you bought a modern car recently, or, you know, something like this, you'll realise there's a new European legislation out which requires all brand new cars to have a beeping when you go over the speed limit. And it's something you can deactivate, but you need to deactivate it every single time you get in the car. Very annoying. Very, very annoying. Luckily, I've created a wee shortcut on the screen here, so I don't need to go through about 6 menus to get to it, because it's not like it's a button you just push. And I've managed to create a shortcut which I can do on the touchscreen just to deactivate it. But yeah, it's something that's very annoying. It's part of, again, like I say, this legislation that all new cars after a certain build has to have. Absolute nonsense, to be honest. You know, it's just a way of, you know, governing people in their own cars. You know, you spending £100,000 on this car, you know, whether people like it or no, you can, you know, you should be able to do whatever speed without something beeping at you every time you go over a national speed limit, you know, which sometimes you do need to do for overtaking and such like. So, you know, but it beeps once you go like 2 or 3 mile an hour over. It's really, really annoying. But anyway, so, but yeah, back to the car. Sort of feels nice, you know, just pottering about the town. We're going to take it onto the sort of kind of, you know, the country back roads shortly, and get a sort of idea how it sort of handles and performs. But I mean, so far through the town, I've got it in dynamic mode. It's stiff as settings. It doesn't feel overly stiff. Wee bit of road noise for the tyres. Does have 21-inch alloys with obviously fairly low-profile tyres, but you know, it's an SUV, so it's still got a chunky profile regards to that. But you know, wee bit of road noise for the tyres, which you're going to expect. But I think the you know, the insulated glass certainly does help dull that down a wee bit compared to what it would normally be like on something, you know, not quite as refined as this Q8, because it is a fairly refined car. It sits on the D segment platform that Audi have, so like I mentioned, you know, A8, RS6, all the same sort of underpinnings as that. So you know, it's just a really nicely refined car. So what's the interior like here? So yeah, not very, very nice. It's, like I say, on the D segment platform. So it has the same dashboard and everything that you get in the Audi A8, you know, which is lovely and luxurious. So you've got this lovely kind of gloss black along here with a Quattro badging. It's all interior ambient lighting and everything through the sides here along the bottom of the dash. So it looks really, really smart. The kind of bigger centre, wider centre console you get compared to the A6, you know, is a wee bit wider, a wee bit higher up. A lot more leather and everything on it as well, so it's just finished that wee bit nicely. Lovely leather top and everything on the dash, lovely door cards. Let's see the leather with the Alcantara kind of effect on there. Lots of the matte carbon fibre finish and everything as well, which looks absolutely fantastic. Dark headlining. Really is a special looking car inside. Extremely well comfortable. These super sport seats as well. Extremely comfortable. Lovely kind of seating position inside the car as well. So looks really, really nice. In terms of specification, this is the launch edition model. So the launch edition models are kind of based on the what would be the black editions, with a few sort of kind of extras chucked in there as well. So, you know, it's not quite the full-blown Vorsprung model, which comes with absolutely everything. I would say it's kind of mid-spec. You know, for the money you're paying for it, in my opinion, it's not got enough spec. I mean, this was £100,000, this car, and it doesn't even have adaptive cruise control. It doesn't have a panoramic roof. These are things that if I was spending £100,000, I'd absolutely want in a car like this, you know. But unfortunately, you had to go to the Vorsprung model to get all those sort of features, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, other features it's got the most advanced version of Audi's MMI system. It's got the Alexa and everything built into it as well, which is quite cool. Obviously, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, all wireless. 4-zone climate control and everything is standard. Heated seats, as you would expect. Virtual Cockpit Plus, heads-up display, you know, so it's got all this kind of, you know, the key main things, but again, you know, £100,000 you would expect it to have that. But again, like most of these models, what you're buying the car for, and I'll keep on saying it in every single of the videos I do with these performance stuff, you're paying for the engine under the bonnet. You know, that 4-litre V8 twin turbo, that's where your money's going. If you're just wanting something, you know, nice and luxurious like this, you would buy the normal diesel Q850 TDI. You know, it's £30,000 less. You know, that's just what you would do. You know, to get one of them, you know, you're round about sort of kind of, you know, 75 grand for a bit of discount and stuff off them, which you'll get on one of those sort of black edition, you know, TDIs. And to be fair, you know, at 286 horsepower, it's still pokey enough, you know. But if you want the full boon on chips, you know, this is the one to go for. Go then, so we're onto a wee back road here now, so let's put the car through its paces and talk a bit more about performance. So, as mentioned, 507 brake horsepower in this car, 717 newton meters of torque. So, let's pop it into sport mode here, let's see what that looks like. So, it does pick up really, really well. One of the things I did notice on the car is, round the town, it's not very responsive. It doesn't feel like you've got a 4-litre engine under the bonnet. And it's probably to do with the weight. I mean, it has got a great 0 to 60 time, but, you know, you probably really need to spank the thing to get it to do 4.1 seconds to 60. It doesn't feel like it's got that even when you accelerate from a slow speed. But, you know, this thing, once it's up to 50, 60 mile an hour and you put the foot down, you can really feel that torque kicking in once the car's got the majority of its weight moving. So, you know, it felt good there, just like, you know, sounds pretty good. You know, it's a pretty nice looking car. It's a pretty good sounding car as well. So just more kind of on how it handles around the corner. So let's just take it and see how it feels. So yeah, wee bit of body roll, nothing too drastic. But you certainly feel that you're in something a bit higher up. Really does kind of roll a wee bit more into the corners, but you're going to expect that as a high up car. So yeah, no, it feels fairly good for what it is. So, you know, you're going to compare this. If people are going to be buying this, they're probably going to be looking at, you know, RS6s and RS4s, to be honest. You know, they're wanting it for the space. You know, they want the big car. You know, they're comparing this to, you know, a Cayenne Turbo S. You know, practically underneath this car's the same as, you know, some of the other branded cars, as well as the Porsche. You know, you've got the the Lamborghini, which uses the same underpinnings of this as well, the Urus. So, it's, you're going to be comparing it to cars like this. This is probably the cheaper of the three. But again, most people, if they're wanting a Q8 and they want a fast one, they're going to go for the RSQ8. That's why this car didn't really sell. It's too in the middle. It's kind of in no man's land. If you're going to be spending £100,000+ on a fast, big, sports SUV, you're going to buy an RSQ8, which they've just launched, the RSQ8 facelift performance model, 630 brake horsepower. That's the one you're going to buy. Granted, it's going to be a bit more expensive. You're going to be £130,000-40,000 but if you've got £100,000, you've probably got £130,000 to spend. Let's be honest. It's going to be the same customer buying it. Unless you get an absolute corkery a deal on one of these and get £20,000 off the list price, then it's maybe worth considering. If you're sort of at the top end of your budget with a massive discount, then you might be able to pick one of these up. So, but again, it's the reason why you don't see too many SQ8s on the road. But it's not that the car's a bad car. It's not that the engine's a bad engine. It's just, like I say, it's just caught in that no man's land. But performance is good. Interior is lovely. Let's talk about the outside. So how's it look? The facelift model, there's a couple of good things. One of the great things it's added, and this is Audi, they've bowed to the pressure. They've finally done away with the fakey exhausts. The plastic exhaust-looking exhausts that had exhausts behind them anyway, just downturned to the ground. Why did you just cut a hole in the bumper and stick the exhaust through? They've finally done it. They've got what Audi call now hot exhausts. So on the back, you've got 4 real exhaust pipes connected to a back box. Thank God. That's about time. And the new S3 is the same. This is the same. The SQ7 is the same. They've finally done it. They've moved back to none of this fake exhaust rubbish. You can, hallelujah. So, yep, positive tick. Big tick. The front of the car does have the new digital matrix LED headlights. Fantastic. Absolutely love the lighting technology on the Audis. It's got the, what's the new version of the laser light. Fantastic headlights, really great technology and everything on the front there. Love the big sort of single frame, as Audi call it, on the front there. They've went with this sort of kind of bigger honeycomb design, which, it looks great. Going kind of down the route of BMW with this massive front grille now, that seems to be the kind of theme that all the premium manufacturers are going to. It looks good. It's a good looking car. Rear end, apart from the exhaust, doesn't really look much different to the previous generation. And to be fair, the inside, as we touched on, doesn't really look much different to the previous generation. So it was a very, very mild facelift, to be honest. There wasn't a massive amount of change, apart from obviously going to the hot exhausts, let's call them. So, like I say, it's not a lot of change at all. But still, wasn't a poor looking car in the first place. But yeah, does pretty well. So touch on quickly as well what the running costs are like. So as you would expect, 4 litre V8 twin turbo petrol, you're not going to get much better than 25 to the gallon out of it. You're probably going to average low 20s, 20 mile to the gallon average. But again, what you expect, it's a 2-ton 4 litre petrol. You can't really expect much more than that. £600 a year road tax, you're going to expect that. It's going to be dear to insure because it's an S model car at £100,000. Insurance will probably want a tracker fitted to it as standard. You're going to need to spend a bit of money getting a tracker fitted, more doubtly. So yeah, as I say, it's not a car for somebody who's, wanting something cheap to run, let's call it. It's exactly what you expect it to be. It's going to be a bit of a more expensive car to run, whether it's through tyres and, just general running costs. But, as expected, I would say. So yeah, nothing too too worrying there over what you would expect. So overall opinion then, so would I recommend that somebody buy this? Well, unfortunately, based on what I've told you, I couldn't heavily recommend it because, like I say, it's just in no man's land. You know, if you want something as nice, as luxurious as this, that still drives nice, it's nice and smooth, I would buy the Q8 Black Edition 50 TDI, or even the 55 TFSI, to be honest. You know, I think the SQ8's just sort of kind of, like I say, two in the middle. If you want the performance, buy the RSQ8. You know, I'm hoping I get one of these in that I can get a wee shot of, and, you know, take that one out and, you know, do a wee review on it for you guys. But you know, I certainly couldn't recommend going for the SQ8 unless you got an absolute bargain deal on it. I just don't think at 100 grand, you know, it's worth, you know, 25, 30 grand over the normal Black Edition diesel and petrol. So yeah, but like I say, if you pick one up like this one, an X Demo with a big discount and everything on it, then why not? You know, it's something a bit different, I suppose, and it's, you know, it's not going to be as hardcore as the RSQ8. So I hope you've enjoyed me taking this wee one out, and like I say, a few more videos coming soon. I've got my next one, I'm in the middle of filming the outgoing RS6 and RS5 models, a little farewell to them, so we'll have that video coming out soon, and then hopefully a lot of new models coming out towards the end of the year, so hoping to get some videos out for them. So if you've enjoyed, please like the video, please subscribe to the channel, and I do appreciate everybody that watches my videos, so please leave a wee like, and I'll try and get as many videos out as I can for you. So hope you've enjoyed, guys, and I'll speak to you all soon.